Freedom Radio, Freedom Radio. We are live on location at the Mall of America. This is a very interesting situation. We are right on the third floor, the main media section. The third floor and on down on the north end of the Mall of America, exactly. Seems to be the gathering place for those who are coming to celebrate the Super Bowl. A lot of people are in the crowds, spectators, all kinds of fans, dominated by pretty much corporate media. The value of independent media is very critical in telling alternative narratives. So we're kind of making our way around Mall of America right now. Overwhelmingly, we also see that there is a large presence of pretty much white folks. This is a game that's made up of black players, scoring touchdowns, running the ball. Pictures are being taken of every black man that looks like he lifts a little bit of weights. There's a large contingency of local and national sports fans. This is another installment of Stories Behind the Bowl. The big ball game is actually coming up Sunday. And one of the things that's an observation in terms of media is the many faces of black journalists that happen to be here at this point in time, and the relationship that they seem not to have with black folks that are actually here, especially media, especially independent media that is here to cover the stories of the ball game and the players and the events and happenings of this 3 to 4 day process now. I think this is a Thursday that we're recording right now, and the game is actually Sunday. So there has been a lot of different observations that we've made doing this particular production, this introduction of our segment today. But one of the things that we notice is that within the landscape of media, there is not a noticeable presence of black media that is covering this huge event. This huge event that is actually supported by the skill, talent, and the power of black players that dominate the NFL. This is a very interesting observation. We have all kinds of media here, but again, it only seems like the contingency of black journalists are just working for the corporation. There is not a presence of independent black media here at all. And this is definitely an issue, not only in this city, but this is an issue nationally within the landscape of the cultural influence that we have, not only on sports, but on many things that generate commerce within this country. This is Stories Behind the Bowl. This is an installment from independent journalist Ralph L. Crowder III, special report for Freedom Radio News and Culture Television Network. You can check us out on freedomradioandtv.com, freedomradioandtv.com. Hold on, I think I'm going to pull over this young lady that I see in the crowd here. Excuse me, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, do you mind just sharing some thoughts today? Some of your, well, actually, first of all, what is your name?
My name is Carmen.
Okay, Carmen. Could you tell me kind of what are your observations? This is a very interesting gathering of people. What are your initial thoughts? We're here covering this as an independent media platform.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, we're glad we're here too. What are you seeing today? Why did you come here? And what are your expectations of this huge sporting event that is carrying an enormous amount of commerce, generating, I'm sure, more than $1 billion, and this representation of press? Do you see? What are your cultural observations about the black community and the black participation in what you see?
Well, actually, I don't see very many black people here outside of, I don't know, there's some black journalists that seem to be covering what's going on, a lot of security, but everyone is really cordoned off from what's happening, where you can come and be a spectator, and that's really what this is about. This is a spectator sport all the way from the game to what's happening here at the mall in this media frenzy. But I don't see it at all being inclusive of the people that maybe the players even came from. I don't see any participation, and certainly not a very welcoming environment. It's tons of security, lots of dogs, security dogs.
Obviously, the environment. Let's continue to walk because actually we want to get away from this spot, and let me ask you a couple of questions. From what you see, does it appear, and this might be a tad bit funny, but does it appear that every brother that might look like he lifts weights and be a certain height, the dominant white population that's attending this event is stargazing?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I've seen big black men with kissing white babies, and they want their children in pictures with them and that sort of thing. And I believe that would be the only time. I'd venture to say that just on any regular day here at the mall, they'd probably not stop, any brother and ask them to hold and kiss their baby.
Well, let me ask you this. On the same day at a mall, if you had this kind of representation of black men in view or in sight, would there be a huge security concern instead of a concern about a potential autograph or a smile or a long look, like you're in some kind of, circus, I guess?
Yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. Great description. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Can I just hold you just for a couple minutes? I wanted to actually talk to a couple other people, see if we can also find some black journalists that might want to talk to us, and then we'll come back to you, okay? Okay, sister. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Freedom Radio.